Hey everyone, Sarah here with the Spalding Schoolhouse. It has been a very long time since I've done an update. We had a little bit of a crazy year from January on, and now it's August. So I don't want to go into too much detail. Basically, we had a lot of personal things going on earlier this year, and then we ended up moving. We are still in the state of Virginia, but we are in a different county now. So anyway, we have officially started our first grade year. My daughter Leah has been doing her first grade math for a couple months now, but we also had, summer in there, and we don't school every day. So she's probably about a quarter of the way through, and I think it has 120 lessons. We did lesson 27 this morning. So let me see here. Basically, we are starting first grade. Yesterday was our first day of school, Monday, August 3rd. We had a very light day. That's my plan for kind of the whole week, because we are going to be doing more this school year, but I didn't want to throw everything at her at once. So yesterday we just kind of did some morning stuff, and we did some math, and then we went to a plant workshop at a local nursery here with my mom, her Mimi, and we got to do a fun little plant craft workshop thing, and we went to lunch and did some shopping, and so that was our first day of school. Today we did a little bit more. We did our morning items, we did math, language arts, and did a science lesson. So then tomorrow we'll add in a little bit more, and I'm hoping by the end of the week or maybe mid next week we'll have added in everything I want to do this year. But I also know I have a lot planned, so we're just gonna take it day by day and see how it goes. She is in first grade, so I don't want to go too crazy, but I really am excited for this school year. I've done a lot of prep work to hopefully help us be a little bit more consistent this year as well. We have used IXL as like a diagnostic just to kind of see where she's at, and most things she's kind of in, at least her diagnostics are showing like a second grade level. I'm not planning on skipping anything. I still want to go through and make sure we don't have any gaps, and she's got things really down and solid, but we definitely have proof of progress, that's for sure. So she's doing great. A few things I want to talk about, and most of these things I have gotten from other homeschooling mamas I watch on YouTube, so I can't take credit for most of it. I've just kind of implemented it myself, and it's helping for us. I did get a new planner for this year from School Nest. I love it. I love it so much. I love the cover and everything and the insides. The only hang up with this one is that the weeks are separate from the month, and it's not the end of the world because you can use tabs. I do wish they were together, but other than that, I like most everything else. Sorry, let me move my coffee mug. Most everything else about it. So here we go. I'm just going to show you a couple pages. I added, took a picture of my daughter yesterday on her first day of school, and I printed it out, a little sticker of it this morning, and put it in here. Let me see. So here's just an example of a month. And then let me see, where's our current week? So there's kind of 2 pages for the week, 2 like spreads. So a weekly overview, I haven't added anything there yet. And then kind of notes and a schedule. And then kind of your daily breakdown. So I kind of plan ahead and then also write down what we're doing as we go. So like reverse planning. Just because I don't want to plan out, a whole week and then we have a day where, we don't get as much done, or maybe she has energy to do a little extra. So I just write it down as we go, but I kind of have a game plan as well. I mean, I've got things on my computer kind of breaking down all the way through high school if we homeschool that long. Just, an idea from another mama that I got to just kind of have a path and know that things can change, and that's fine. I also created a resource binder, and this has just basically, I got this idea from someone else, a weekly checklist. So things that maybe you want to do by Sunday. Like I look ahead, like kind of what are we doing this week? I also found a list of like fun daily celebrations. Like one day this week is National Root Beer Float Day, so maybe we'll have root beer floats. So stuff like that. Order library books for the following week. Gather books we need for the upcoming week, print any worksheets out that I need. We don't do a lot of worksheets, but some stuff we will have it for. if we have any science or art activities, to make sure I have the supplies for those. Check my planner for any appointments, play dates, things like that. So just, you know, do I need to buy anything this week for the following week? Things like that. So that is helpful so far. I also have a rhythm. I'm not doing a full schedule. I'm just doing a rhythm. So kind of, and I have them like day 1, day 2, day 3, instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if we have to switch things around, it's not a big deal. I've got kind of what we're doing for our morning time: math, language arts, geography, history, science, social studies, and art, and then kind of things that are not scheduled, like individual reading, IXL practice, which is we're only going to do like maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but she does enjoy doing that. So, and then I have kind of a breakdown of the subjects and then the curriculums we're using for it, when we started it, when we complete it, things like that. I live in Virginia and we don't need to submit things like this. Basically, you need to send notice of intent, and then there's different reasons you can choose from. So I chose, I am a high school graduate. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. She was outside playing with my dad and realized that we didn't put the bug stuff on her legs to help mosquito bites. Anyway, so I do the option where I submit a copy of my diploma, and then they ask for a list of subjects that will be taught. And then at the end of the year, you can either have your child do state testing or get a proof of progress letter done by a teacher that is licensed in the state you live in. So that's what I did. I didn't have to do that for kindergarten, which I didn't find out until like I already had it in motion, but I still submitted it just so they have it. That way nothing can come back on me later for any reason. So Virginia's not super tight about what they require and everything. We don't have a minimum number of days. We don't have a minimum number of hours, anything like that. I try to stick to the 36 weeks or 180 days, but we spread it out through the year. So we're a little more year round, even though we just started a new school year. I did give her a couple weeks, off from everything. But we are a little more year round in that we're going to do school a few weeks, take a week off, do school a few weeks, take a week off, things like that. Only because I think if she has too much time off at once, not only will she forget things, it's just too much. We need a little bit more structure and routine than that. So anyway, that's kind of our overall plan. I do have a morning basket, and I'm still playing with everything we're going to do from that on a daily basis. I have a morning menu for her with some stuff in it, but we did it yesterday and I don't know if we're going to keep that in. But we do a word of the day. We normally do a poem of the day, but I know a couple of our units have poetry in them this year. So I don't know if we're going to do that or not. Like I said, I'm not doing everything just yet. We are doing, I got a Spanish workbook we're probably going to start in the next couple days. I saw this from another mama too. It's called Draw with Mom. And every day it prompts the child to draw something, and then mom either adds to it or draws a separate picture. So we've been doing that the last 2 days, and that's pretty fun. Like this morning it told her to draw the biggest cake ever, and then I decorated it with her favorite candies. So she told me what her favorite candies were, and I decorated the cake that she drew. So that was pretty fun. Another thing we are doing, I got this idea from someone else as well. Mary at your one-room schoolhouse. I got a lot of ideas from her actually. So Leah's going to track the weather every day. So yesterday was cloudy, and then today is sunny and cloudy. So it helps us a little bit with calendar and also a little bit of observation. We're not doing a full-blown nature study for anything, but that'll be fun. And then I did pick this up, 180 Days of Social Emotional Learning. We did that today, and she seemed to like it. It was a pretty simple one. It just had a couple words, and you had to match the words to the child's emotion in the picture. And she was like, can we do more than one page? But I think for now, we're just going to stick to 1 page a day and see how it goes. I just, even as an adult, I have trouble regulating my emotions sometimes. So it's definitely something that I want to help her with now. I also want to pull Spanish in, so we'll probably start that soon. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of ASL, at least like the alphabet and some basics. She did learn some signs, because she was actually a late talker, which is crazy. So she knew some signs. She had probably, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 signs before she started talking. But we're going to do like the alphabet and stuff like that. So I think that'll be fun for her to learn. So even today between language arts and math, I stopped and taught her like A through E. Just fun, something, a little handbrake. And we did that, repeated it a couple times, and then we moved on. And she seemed to like that. So we're going to do a little bit here and there. So today we did, in addition to our morning stuff, we did math, language arts, and then I let her pick between science and geography. Like I said, as we go, it's going to probably be both of those a day if she can handle it. She did really well today, but we only did about an hour because I'm still trying to keep it light and, build things in. So what I did, so for math and language arts, we're using the good and the beautiful. She is doing level 1 math already, like I said, and is already working her way through that. I don't know if we'll stick with level 2. I'm considering switching her to math with confidence, but we'll see. I need to do a little bit more research on that. We have about 10 lessons of level K language arts left. She flew through math last year, but language arts was a little bit of a fight for a while. She's getting better at it, but there was a time there where it was like not worth the fight. She can pick up a book and read it pretty well, so she's better at just like doing it. She has trouble with like the workbook part of it. So I didn't want to push it too hard because I don't want her to dislike to read. We are going to finish it, don't get me wrong, we're still going to do it, but there was a time there for a while where it was just language arts. I would dread pulling the book out, which is, anyway. So we have about 10 lessons left of level K, and then we'll move into level 1 language arts. I already have that through Good and the Beautiful. We have like 1 page of the level K handwriting, and then we'll go to level 1 with the Good and the Beautiful. And then I did pull in, I've heard some good things about this Evan Moore Daily 6 Trait Writing. I might pull this in at some point. I did order Explode the Code, just level 1, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Like I said, she's pretty good at just like picking something up and reading. She's doing really well with that kind of stuff. Other than that, I bought the Build Your Library Level 0 for geography because I heard really good things about that, and I'm really excited about it. So I've got that ready to go. I got the Little Kids Early American History from Guest Hollow, and I'm really excited about this too. My plan for so long was to do The American Girl from Little School Smiths, but a lot of stuff I read said to wait until they were a little bit older, like closer to the age of the girls in the book, like 8, 9, 10. So maybe we'll come back around to that for like 3rd grade, because I think next year I want to stick with Build Your Library and do, I think Ancients is level 1. Anyway. And then, so for science and social studies, more like the community and government aspects of it, I was having trouble finding something that I liked. For kindergarten, we did science through the Good and the Beautiful, and we did the Field and Flowers unit. We never finished it. It didn't really capture her attention. It didn't, I think kind of deep diving on one thing at that age at least was just, she needed more. So I kind of created my own. I'm not gonna lie, I used AI to help me come up with an outline, and then I like totally built this out. So we're gonna have like a weekly routine. I've got a couple spine books picked out, and then like we're gonna do like this whole first week is just basically what is science, like a big overview. What is scientist? How do scientists think? And today we read Ada Twist Scientist, and it was so cute, and she loved it. So this was a great start. So this week is just like, what is science? And then we'll spend a few weeks talking about different topics, because I want her to understand all the different aspects of science, like space, animals, plants, the human body. We'll dive into all different types of animals. We're going to do geology, paleontology, matter and energy. What else do we have? Force and motion, simple machines. Those are all like 1 week each. But some of the bigger topics, we're going to do technology and inventions, the human body. We're going to go over the different systems in the body. So I'm going to I want to touch on different aspects. And then if I notice there's something she really seems to like, once we get through all of the like, this is science, this is all the things that fit into science next year, maybe, because I really like Blossom and Root, but again, that was just like 1 year of one topic, and I don't know. So we're gonna do this, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. She did tell me she liked it this morning. Like, I asked her, did you like it better than what we did with the good and the beautiful? And she said yes. So we'll see if that sticks. And then I kind of did something similar with social studies. I didn't build it out as much, but it's basically, you know, family, community, citizenship, government, economics, character, celebrations around the world, which I know we'll cover some with geography, but I still wanted to make sure that we're talking about all this type of stuff, caring about other people, life skills, celebrations in general. And if this, we can always drop that because a lot of this stuff should be covered in geography and history for the most part, but I want to make sure we're at least touching everything. I don't want to mimic the public schools, but I want her to have a good understanding of basics, and then, we can go from there. Oh, and for science, I mean, I did research on books and activities for her age and famous scientists that we can talk a little bit about, or people that are related to that aspect of science. Like when we do space, we're going to learn about Neil Armstrong and Sally Ride. When we do the human body, we're going to learn about, I think her name is Elizabeth Blackwell. She was the first female doctor and the man that accidentally invented penicillin and things like that. So I did put a lot of thought and effort into this. I know the book isn't very big, but I also don't have a script for myself. A lot of other books come with like, say this, say that, do this, do that. So this is just kind of a guideline for me. I think that's it for now. I'll try to do more frequent updates now that we're trying to be a little bit more consistent with everything. And if you're hanging around, thank you. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Thank you. Bye.